have a lot of self-doubt about everything that's going on in my life with my body and everything, because I know I'm not big and I know I don't have a lot of muscle or I'm not that lean. It's just like, you can never be perfect.
Workouts are definitely getting better. I'm definitely getting stronger. I'm not lean enough. I'm not cut. I've never been this size, but this lean in my whole life. And it's the same thing as always. Chicken and rice. I only started and I already feel like shit. It feels like every time I start trying to be better, something's holding me back and just saying like, no, you're too shitty. You can't do this.
Third place goes to number.
I'm so fucking exhausted. What's up? I'm Thomas, and this is gonna be my journey to doing a bodybuilding show next year. Right now I'm at 195 pounds. My current physique looks like this. My goal is to put on obviously as much weight as possible, as much muscle as possible, not weight really, but this is my first time, so yeah, I just want to honestly do something with my life. I'm tired of just letting my life go by and worrying about what people think about me and, you know, not starting something. So I feel like this will keep me accountable. I also don't have a tripod. I'm not set up for any of this. I'm not even prepared. I just was like, I need to do something right now. So it's 5 a.m. I woke up, I started filming. I hope you guys like it.
Diet and training are the basic foundations to building an aesthetic physique. Honestly, I almost always stayed on track with my goals and almost always ate the same thing every single day.
My breakfast.
For breakfast,
This is my breakfast.
my breakfast for meal one, I had 2 pieces of French toast with whole wheat bread, and then I also had 2 eggs, ground beef, cheese, and a little bit of sriracha, 255 grams of penne pasta, and 130 grams of chicken. 130 grams of chicken, 150 grams of rice, and finally 100 grams of broccoli. 150 grams of ground beef, 150 grams of rice, and some shredded cheese on top. The chicken, rice, ground beef, rice, ground beef, chicken, rice, ground beef, rice, and it's the same thing as always. Chicken and rice. My meals stay pretty consistent throughout the day just because I don't really care about the flavors during work, and it's so much easier to track because I already know everything that's gonna go into this, and it's all on MyFitnessPal. My diet plan for my calories and macros only changed on a weekly basis, and it was dependent upon my average weight for the entire week. And to get my average weight, I made sure I weighed myself every morning.
Every morning, gotta weigh myself. This is what I mean. I go from 195 to 194 to 196. So it's like water weight. You can't take your daily weight as an accurate measurement. You gotta average your week. That will give you a more accurate measurement because your water weight fluctuates so much. So I was down a pound and then I went back up. So I don't even know why I'm talking on camera like that.
The first few weeks, my tracking for my weight and diet were going great, and I was on track for my goal to gain 1 to 2 pounds per week. My training, however, did not start off that great. I've been doing a lot of volume lately, like 4 sets per workout, and doing quite a bit of workouts, but I'm so used to doing high volume, and I've cut back on my high volume from what I used to do before, that it's hard for me to just go full, only do 2 sets, 2 workouts. So I'm still gonna do 4 workouts, but I might cut it back to 3 sets and just try to really grind out those sets. I continued decreasing my volume even further, while also increasing my intensity. And finally, after 2 weeks into the bulk, I was beginning to settle into things. I always had my meals prepped, so even if I was working or had to go out and do something, I always had my meals with me. Because I was tracking all of my calories and macros, I was still able to go on dates, eat out, and I didn't really have to miss out on anything.
And I'll meet you later.
Meet you later.
So, see you later, man.
Man. We're going direct
My workouts are definitely getting better. I'm definitely getting stronger. And I've never been this size, but this lean in my whole life. I've been 200 pounds before, and I'm close to that, but I was super fat. I was probably like 25% body fat or more. I did not have a lot of muscular development, but now I'm like close to 200 pounds and I'm probably like 15% body fat. So proud of myself for that. This meal number, what meal is this? Yeah, meal number 2, a chicken burger. And then we get extra halloumi cheese on it, so extra fat, which I'm not allowed to have, but I feel like when I look at other influencers and other YouTubers and people who are posting content, I just feel so inferior. And then the same thing happens with my body, my physique, and my content. I get so sidetracked with comparing myself to them that I'm thinking like, damn, I'm not good enough. I feel like really small. Like all my muscles are underdeveloped. I'm not lean enough. I'm not cut. I only started and I already feel like shit. It feels like every time I start trying to be better, something's holding me back and just saying like, nah, you're too shitty. You can't do this. I just have a lot of self-doubt about everything that's going on in my life with my body and everything, because I know I'm not big and I know I don't have a lot of muscle or I'm not that lean, or it's just like, you can never be perfect, right? Shit just is really hard around my life and it feels like everything's getting worse. And again, something happened today at work that's out of my control that I can't change, and it's really fucking with me mentally. Things happen and then more things happen. It just feels like it's like a never-ending effect of burying sand on top of me and a huge weight on my shoulders that I can't have any say in or do anything about. For as long as I could remember, I never thought I was good enough. Anytime I start to build any confidence or feel good about myself, it's like a switch flips in me. And thoughts of self-doubt slowly come to light. I notice I compare myself to a lot of people on social media, and it kind of makes me feel worse about myself because I see a lot of physiques and I'm just like, these guys are in peak lighting and all of this stuff, but I see so many flaws in myself and things that I can improve. It just seems like my goal is so far out of reach. Usually I would never be like the one to take a video of myself or even pat myself on the back. I instead would rather put myself down, and I've been improving on all of that, being more confident in who I am as a person and actually finding out who I am as a person. I wasn't doing anything for me. I was doing things for my family, for those around me, and I wasn't bettering myself. So this year has been the journey about me finding out who I am, defining who I want to be, and executing on that. Honestly, like pushing for who I'm gonna be and not caring about what people think about me. Like if you don't like who I am, I'm not gonna try to pretend to be something just so you would like me. As long as I just keep pushing towards my goal and aspire to do something bigger, then there's nothing else that I can change. I was really trying to believe in this mentality so that I could stop the feelings of negativity consuming me. Whenever something feels like good's gonna happen in my life, the opposite happens and I usually get something worse. So I don't want to get my hopes too high. I also want to think positive and hope for the best outcome. So I'm hopeful this time that things are gonna turn around. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be okay because my life is planned for me and I'm doing the best I can. So as long as I'm working towards this goal of fitness and YouTube, then there's nothing else I can do outside of it. Trying to always look for the good in the bad helped me a lot mentally. I stopped worrying when things didn't go my way and when I was anxious about my physique not being good enough. I was focused on what I could do with what I had. Ready? Tell me why it's 10:30. Literally just ate 10 minutes ago and I'm fucking still hungry. Make it make sense, bro. How am I on a bulk and I'm starving all the time? This is crazy. Having to literally restrict the amount of calories I have on a freaking bulk. How am I gonna survive a cut? relieving, but right after and going into the next day, I'm in so much pain.
Everybody's food. As I was saying, one bowl of cereal, 100 calories, and stop laughing. That's how much he's eating. That's a lot after you will.
By November 13th, I was weighing 209.8 pounds. Everything was on track. It felt like with every meal and workout, I was taking one step closer to my goal. I weighed in at 210 pounds this morning. I've never broke 210. I've got to 205 with like 35% body fat or whatever that is. I had like no muscle mass because I stopped working out and I was just eating junk food. But I've never got to 210 like before at all, even with fat. So it's kind of insane. And I'm still happy with my physique. Like, I know I'm definitely put on a lot more fat, but I don't know. I'm like proud of myself that I've made it this far and I'm this committed to it. So I'm at 210, so 15 more pounds to go. All right, let's go see my back progress. See how my back is doing. I remember, I'm not a great poser. My dad is a bodybuilder, but I haven't posed with him in a long time. I need to work on my posing. I definitely got to practice my posing. I still have a lot of time, but the more you practice, the better it is. I felt like I had a purpose, which in turn gave me this confidence. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I could actually be greater than what I was.
There's no difference between me and everyone else. All it takes is one bad day.
Whenever something feels like good's gonna happen in my life, the opposite happens and I usually get something worse. My neck is hurting so much. Why is it hurting? During a workout, I tweaked my neck a little bit and it's been bothering me still. So I'm hoping it's just like a knot in my neck and not an actual pulled muscle. But again, if it is a pulled muscle, I'm not trying to play around with injuries. So I'm gonna take a couple days off to heal until I feel like 100% better. I wanted to take the last 3 days off just to heal and recover and make sure I don't, damage the tissue or the muscle any further. I don't know to what extent it was injured. I just know that yesterday was the first day I started feeling better. And today, I would say I'm like 95% from what I feel. I don't know when I get into the gym and, see later if it's gonna hurt, I might have to skip the gym again. Over the whole weekend, from Friday to Sunday, it was just, constant pain and I couldn't really move my neck at all. I've been trying to change my whole mentality and my whole view on the world. So if bad things happen to me, I try to find something positive in it, no matter how hard it is. And I try to let small things not affect me as much, because I just feel when you bring negativity into your life, right? You're inviting that negativity in. It can affect all aspects of your life, not just how you feel. I am so beat. That leg day wore me down, and I'm also low-key starting to feel sick, but I fucking don't want to say it and speak it into existence, but I feel like I have those early symptoms of getting sick. So I just took a freaking 3-day hiatus because of my injury, and if I get sick, I'm gonna have to take another break from the vlogs and training, which is annoying, but I'm praying I won't get sick. I got the flu, which meant I not only couldn't train, but I also couldn't eat. The foods I was eating almost every single day made me feel like throwing up just thinking about them. I still did try to force feed myself, and even though I wasn't eating as much, because I wasn't working out, I was still able to maintain my weight for about 1 week. because after that week of not training and still not getting better, I decided that I couldn't wait any longer, so I went back to the gym. My diet has fallen off completely though in the last week. My appetite was gone completely, so I haven't been hitting my calories. Like, I've been in a huge deficit, not even relative to my goal, just in general. I've been eating way under my calories, and also I haven't been hitting my protein, and that's mainly due to lack of appetite because I was sick and lack of activity, so I'm not as hungry. I just lied down for a long time. I slept a lot. I just completely felt like shit. It's affected my mental a lot over this last week because I've been struggling a lot with my body and how it looks, and really been like feeling like shit about my body. I've been working so hard, putting in so much work, and I feel like I don't look where I should. It's like, am I doing this for nothing? It's a shitty feeling, and then getting sick and having the flu and having an injury the week before, it's like adding up on my mental. When you've been sick for a while, it's not a good idea to just jump straight into it and go back to where you were. Even though I don't think it would be possible, just because I'm still feeling like shit. I'm probably like 80% recovered, but I have those lingering side effects. My endurance and stamina is still low, and my strength isn't all the way back, so.
Okay, let's do a physique update.
With my appetite still gone and my training intensity increasing each day, my weight started to drop. And by December 11th, I was down to 208 pounds. I'm going to eat my post-workout meal, which is going to be the rest of my Panda Express, because I didn't even finish it. My appetite absolutely sucks. So this morning I weighed in myself at 206.8 pounds. So before I got the flu, I was steadily climbing my weight, and I think I reached around 211, 212, something like that. But after I got the flu and since then, I've been steadily declining in weight. And I know a lot of it's water weight, but also my appetite has gone down so much. Why is this ankle hurting now? What the fuck is wrong with my ankles? Wow, what did I do? There's something hurting on both sides. This ankle is fucking twisted slightly. I don't even know what happened, but while I was playing, I think I twisted it and I didn't feel it right away. And then as I continued to play, it started to hurt more and more. And then after I finished that game, I was like, yep, I'm done. It hurts to bend it like this way. Doesn't hurt to bend it this way at all or keep it in a straight position. It only hurts to bend it in this certain position. So I'm gonna have to let this heal up, but I'm probably gonna wear an ankle brace if I have one, just to keep it in a locked position so I don't really fuck it up more. And I'm not gonna be playing ball for a while, obviously.
I'm so fucking exhausted. But even though I'm tired, I just need to keep going. I don't have a choice. So I'm still gonna get my stuff done just to get it done. But I have I'm running on empty right now.
My positive mentality had completely shattered. I was giving everything I had for this competition. I was looking past bad situation after bad situation, pushing through my back injury and trying to beat my negative mindset. And all of it felt like it was for nothing. This competition was not only to prove that I could do this myself, but also to prove it to someone else. And with the limited amount of time I had for this prep, every setback felt like it was 1,000 times worse. Honestly, it felt like I wasted an entire month. I haven't been training consistently for the last 2 weeks because I was sick and flu, but my dieting has been horrible and my sleep schedule has been horrible. So I've fallen off of every single thing that I wanted to do, and I'm pretty disappointed in myself. Like today, I don't have breakfast or any meals on me. So I gotta spend more money and eat less healthier foods than if I had a home cooked meal. There's no point in dwelling on what I fucked up on because it's only gonna make me focus on the negatives and you know, that woe is me, and the only thing I can actually do is move forward and now make a plan and start acting on it. That's the only thing I can do to improve the situation.
No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. The bottom line is, no one's coming. No one.
My only goal was to gain as much weight as possible so that I could make up for all the time I had lost. With still no appetite, I only knew one way I could fill up my calories: eat junk food. It's all fried rice. So this is exactly what a dirty bulk is. So we're in line at Popeyes. I got, again, the Popeyes chicken spicy sandwich, honey garlic wings, the garlic parmesan. Then I got an order of the fries.
Today we got McDonald's.
This is going to be my final meal of the day. Just a bunch of things thrown together so that I can actually meet my calorie goal. I have my daughter's leftover kids beef bowl, a mini cheese pizza, 2 Amuza cheese strings, a Twinkie, chips for the calories, and then my final thing of the day was Reese's Pieces.
Ever since I got the flu, it destroyed my urge to eat. I don't know what happened, but I'm not sick anymore and I still don't feel like eating as much as I did. As for my weight, it's been increasing slowly, not as fast as I want it to be. I think I'm weighed in around 211 today. I'm just getting back to where I was, but I need to hurry up and get past that point. Other than all of that, I feel relatively good. I'm happy that I'm able to, you know, be at least like 80% at the gym. I'm not 100% yet because my ankle is still messed up and I still have like some back pain from my injuries, but I'm never gonna be 100%. I'll take what I can get, and just honestly not having the flu and not being sick anymore is a huge weight off my shoulders. It is so fucking like unbearable to train while you're sick. Then also being sick and not being able to train is really annoying. I think for my mentality though, for bodybuilding, my physique and everything that I've put in isn't great. It just feels like I'm not growing as much as I thought I would be. And I honestly feel like I'm questioning whether or not I should even do a show.
This is gonna be my late night snack. Got a drumstick, ice cream, and a Swiss roll because I'm going to be a fat ass right now. Just eat these.
I'm honestly in the mental state where I just want to go sleep and not wake up for like 3 days. I'm so exhausted. I think I weighed in at 213 pounds this morning. So I'm back up in weight. Obviously it's my first day at 213, so I don't know how much of that is actually water weight, but I weighed myself first thing in the morning. So we'll see how this trend continues going on throughout the week. Food just looks gross to me. Like even this, it kind of makes me want to throw up, and I don't know what the hell is happening. So I just gotta like force it down. This is like a really rough point because I'm still only 211 pounds, and now I have like 6 weeks left until I'm done my bulk and I just do maintenance at whatever weight I'm at. And I have to gain 14 pounds. 6 weeks, that's like just over 2 pounds a week that I have to gain. And I'm already halfway through this week, so I don't fucking know.
That's 155.
Is that? Another day of being less than 225 pounds. I've been weighing myself this morning and I still haven't really changed from the last week. So I think I'm gonna have to readjust my goals. For the 225 pound goal, I think I'm gonna have to change it to 220 to be more realistic, because I'm sitting at 211.2 and I keep fluctuating around that weight, and like I only have like 5 weeks left. The flu really screwed up my momentum and it really messed messed up my dieting a lot. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. I just don't have an appetite still. Even when I eat a lot, it's like one meal and then I just don't feel like eating again. I took a break for Christmas from vlogging. And honestly, I said I was gonna track my food and weigh myself every morning, and I did not do either of those things. So over the Christmas break, all I've basically been doing is just relaxing, taking time, still training 6 days a week, still following my new program, doing everything correctly except for tracking food. My training has been going decently well, but my dieting has been very weird. I've been basically just trying to eat as much food as possible because I know I've been eating in a calorie deficit to try to make sure I'm not, going under the amount of calories I need to consume. Just trying to shove a lot of food in throughout the last couple of weeks. So I haven't been eating healthy at all and haven't really been meal prepping at all, if I'm being honest. And I know when my show is now. So there's a show in my city on June 30th. So that's my, date until I have to prep. So basically exactly what I wanted, the beginning of July, which is the same as the end of June, which means I'm gonna start my cut at the end of February because that will give me 4 months to cut. Then February is gonna be a maintenance month, trying to maintain that weight so that my body can adjust and adapt to the new weight gain. And then March is when my cut begins and trying to lose all the weight. My mentality has changed a lot throughout these last 2 weeks since I last vlogged. I'm not even gonna lie, for dieting, I've been doing so bad, like eating such bad food, just trying to get as much calories in as possible just by eyeballing it because obviously I'm not tracking anything. And over the holidays, I was eating out a lot at parties, so it was almost impossible to track that food. The only good thing about the holidays has been my training has been consistent and I'm back in rhythm. I'm not sick, I'm not injured. I feel like great in that sense. It's just my diet. But it's a new year, new me. As corny as it sounds, I'm gonna be back on my diet today. First work day, first day actually getting to the swing of things, even though yesterday was the first day of the year. Everything is going back to normal and I'm realigning myself with my goals and what I want to do. I'm the heaviest I've been. I weighed 216 pounds this morning and I've been pretty consistently around that weight. So I've finally broken the 215 mark, which I'm very happy about. However, with weight comes fat as well as muscle. So it's not all like just muscle. A lot of it is fat and I understand that. And I know when you're bulking, you don't necessarily have to gain a lot of fat, but you will gain some fat whenever you're in a caloric surplus, right? But I noticed when you're in a lower body fat percentage, you're more cut, so your muscles appear a lot bigger than they are. I just feel like I'm a lot smaller because a lot of my muscles are covered with fat right now. And I'm worried that I didn't necessarily put on enough muscle for this show. That's like my main concern. But again, I gotta just trust the process and we'll see how I look.
Okay, what are you having for dinner? It's 11:07 and you still have to eat 1,000 calories, which honestly, okay, I made this. It's fettuccine alfredo with shrimp. I used like a cup of 33% whipped cream, so that's a lot of calories.
Hopefully this is a lot.
But
I don't even know how much protein I have in me.
You don't know how much protein you have in you.
I also ate 6 of these.
6.
Or I'm going to be.
They're pirate cookies by whatever. They're pirate brand, but they're the peanut butter cookies there. The shrimp, I put 130 grams of shrimp in here. And then I think 2 tablespoons of butter. This is for tomorrow, so when you look back, put it on your MyFitnessPal, which I think you can kind of just do it right now. Anyways, hi guys, I've had a really long day. I'm so tired right now. My physio did so much fucking fucked up shit. I'm just gonna eat with my girlfriend. I'll do my wrap up tomorrow. Okay, peace. Okay, this is what I'm having for dinner. Look at our meals. I eat like this so you can eat like this.
Stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
By January 10th, my average weight was 217.3 pounds, the heaviest I have ever been in my entire life. And I still had 3 weeks to go. Everything was going back on track, and my delusional optimism was again returning.
I wonder what would my life be like if I was a YouTuber full time and I just fucking became like a professional bodybuilder. Like literally everything I'm visualizing just comes to fruition and actually works out for me. Like I wonder what it's so different than just the everyday life that I live now.
I understand it can be hard to empathize when you don't really know all the details of what's going on in my life. But what happened next also involves my partner. So it's not really my place to share all those details. All I can say is ever since the first time I moved out on my own, I have always been with my 2 girls. But because of something terrible that happened, my girl had to go back to her home country temporarily, leaving me with our baby girl. I was alone with my daughter for the first time. And while all this was happening, we were both going through our own personal struggles. I felt alone and lost. And even with all of these stressful problems going on, I was still worried about my competition. It meant a lot more to me than even I thought at the time. And even though it was hard, I still didn't want to give it all up. All of this stress had built up because of personal problems. And on top of that, all the pressure I was putting on myself because of this competition put a strain on my relationship with my daughter and my partner. Everything was collapsing in front of me, and I felt like I finally reached rock bottom. And then I got the flu for a second time. I was still battling all of these personal issues, and once I got the flu, it pushed me over the edge, and I quickly lost weight. The first week into February, I was already back down to 208 pounds. Not only did I lose a lot of the weight I had gained, but the rapid weight fluctuations caused me to have a worse body composition. I knew this was rock bottom, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't train, and even when I tried to force feed junk food, it wouldn't stay down. My mental and physical state was at an all-time low, and I felt like I wanted to give up. February was originally planned to be a maintenance month, but because of everything that was happening, I was struggling to force feed myself. For the last 3 weeks of February, I only managed to gain 1 pound, ending my bulk, weighing in at 209 pounds. Needless to say, I was disappointed in the outcome, but there was only 2 options: give up or continue on with the cut. When you're trying to compete in bodybuilding, within a specific time frame, I found that bulking is a very interesting mental game. During the cutting phase, you have this goal in mind, and each day, week, and month that passes by, the more the visual results reveal themselves. And that's gratifying. Whereas in a bulk, you also have this goal, but the longer you go on, the less clear the goal becomes. Because it's harder to see the muscle you're building under the fat you're also getting. There's no visual gratification, no sign you're any closer to the end of what you initially set out to achieve. But it has taught me a lot about purpose. Before I set this challenge on myself, I was working a 9-to-5 job 5 days a week, working out 6 days a week, going to physio for 3 days of the week for a back injury, and then filling up my free time either playing with my daughter or just trying to have me time. Every single day felt the same. And although I did have gratitude for the small moments of happiness I had, I felt like I was trapped in an endless loop. I didn't feel like my life was any closer to where I wanted it to be. Then I took on this challenge, and I gave myself purpose, and imaginary doors with impossible outcomes suddenly felt achievable. Like, what if I did good in this competition? What if I actually had a good physique? And what if my passion became my job? It didn't even make sense to me at times. I felt like I was fighting against my own optimism. I mean, why would anything happen? My life was still in the same loop, working the same job, going to the gym at the same time, and doing almost the same things every single day. The only difference was now I felt like I was finally living with a purpose, to try and win.